Me and Kisriana were together for maybe about 3 or 4 years, and we have a daughter. So after a while, we eventually broke up, and we were co-parenting, and I got with the girlfriend that I'm with now. Her name is Jewel. And that's when she came to me and said that she wanted another child. Around the time, Jewel was already pregnant, and I didn't know then. So then I told Kisriana, no, I didn't want another child with you. So then that's when she got mad. So a week after Jewel gave birth, that's when all the allegations started. First, it was a picture taken on a tablet that we never even had a tablet in the house. I never saw the picture. She never physically nor verbally came to me and said anything about the allegations. That's when CPS and the state police officer came to our front door. And when they came and told me what I was being accused of, that's when they had Jewel sign a release form saying that I couldn't get left at home with the 3 kids alone. I told the state police officer that I would be willing to take a lie detector test. So maybe a couple days go by, and then that's when CPS called us, me and Jewel, and said that all the charges were dropped against me. So first, the accusation was a picture taken in our bathroom with my oldest daughter. Then, after the allegations got dropped from CPS, it turned to me touching on my daughter. Then it goes from me touching on my daughter to now 30 pictures been taken on a tablet. She even texted me and said that it wasn't me and that it was somebody else in my family. Which I don't know how, when that person that's in my family don't even have my daughter that much. My mother always had my daughter. All of this is all the messages, every message that she has sent me, every picture. I even have the proof of her telling me that it wasn't me. Every phone call, every voice message, everything. So bottom line, I am here to prove today that I didn't do what she is accusing me of, and that she is a liar. Because of these allegations, I haven't seen my daughter in almost a year. I was there for every birthday. In the past 2 birthdays, I couldn't be there for. And it hurts me. It hurt me bad. I just want her to know that when these test results come out and that she know that I'm telling the truth, I just want her to know that she better not doubt everything that comes out of my mouth ever again.
Kisriana, what happened in January of 2022?
Okay, so back in January 2022, my daughter and her friend was at the house playing, and it was quiet. So I was like, when they get quiet, you know, kids doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. So I go looking around, and I went in her room, and they wasn't in there. I went in like the closet by my stairs, because they usually play in there on their tablets. So, and they wasn't in there. So I went in the bathroom. Well, the bathroom door was shut, and I'm like knocking on the door because it was locked at the same time. So I started beating on the bathroom door, and she opens the door. And when she opened the door, I'm like, "Where's your friend at?" And she's like, "In there," which is in the bathroom, in the bathtub with the curtains closed. And she's just like, the little girl had her pants down. And then next thing I know, like, she had her tablet in her hand as well. And I'm like, "Give me your tablet." And she gave me her tablet, and I'm looking at her on her tablet, and it was just like 30 or 40 pictures of the little girl naked in there. And I'm like, this
Your
ain't...
daughter was taking the pictures?
My daughter was taking the pictures of the little girl. And I'm like, this ain't nothing. This is you taking pictures of the little girl, and that's not okay. And I'm like, so who are you getting this from? And she's like, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy. And I'm like, your daddy? And then she's like, yeah. And then I'm like, all right, go in your room. And then at that time, like, I walked away from her to, like, calm myself down, because at the time I was emotional, and I was pregnant as well with my son. So I went downstairs, and I was hyperventilating to the point where I couldn't, like, breathe at all, because I'm like, this can't be true. Like, this can't be true. Like, not your child. Like, not our kid. And I'm like, I called my mom, and when I called my mom, like, I'm just, like, so upset, like, angry, because, like, why would you do this to our child?
So you believe that Quay was taking pictures of your daughter?
He had to have been doing something with her, because she's just not going to get this out of nowhere. Like ain't no 5-year-old just going to get this from anywhere. Like, that's not nothing a 5-year-old just going to get out of just nowhere.
She was basically, I don't want, get too graphic, but taking naked pictures of the little girl.
She was naked. The little girl was naked with her pants down, like panties and everything in the shower.
And it was you and just the 2 little girls at the house?
Yes. So my biggest fear was having a daughter or having kids, because when I was younger, I was sexually molested. And like, I didn't want my kids to go through the same thing that I went through. So and then it's like my biggest fear, it happened. Right. They had, they had set me up with the child advocacy place, and I took my daughter to the child advocacy place. I took her to the child advocacy place, and they talked to her alone.
Okay, hold on one second. Who's this yelling?
That's Jewel, his girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay. The police came, then child advocacy got involved.
Yeah.
They interviewed your daughter?
They interviewed my daughter, and they was like telling her, like they was asking, really like physically asked her like if anybody like touched her or anything. They was just like asking her like, do you know what your no-no spots is and stuff like that. And then she was like basically like putting it off and saying that it was at the time.
At home, okay.
On the ride home from the child advocacy place, they had, I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, so baby, why did you lie, or why did you tell them that it was, they said, she was like, well, because I didn't want my daddy to go to jail.
All right. Let me touch her. Nope. Let me touch her. I'm finna beat your ass. What was it? It was on site, wasn't it? You a sick ass bitch.
I'm
yeah.
not. I don't have no reason to lie.
Okay.
And how long have you and Quay been together?
Me and Quay been dealing with each other for 10 years.
Oh, a long time.
I met him in 2013.
No.
We got back together officially in 2020.
After you had your baby, all of a sudden the police, CPS are showing up talking to Quay, right?
Yeah.
And
making me sign papers to me I can't leave him alone with our kids.
you signed that?
Yeah, I had to.
Right.
They made me, or they was going to try to take my kids because it is delusional.
They should have.
My man did not touch his daughter. That's delusional.
You don't believe that happened?
I know he didn't. Unless this test say something else, I know for a fact
Do
he
you
did
have
not.
young daughters?
Yes.
And you trust them around?
Yes, and I talk to my kids for real. I'm a loving mother, not an abusive one.
I don't abuse my child.
Yes, you do verbally.
So you're comfortable with Quay being around your daughters?
Yes, he don't, okay. When Quay is at home, he don't give the kids baths. So the tablet, that's out the window already. Been out the window 2 years ago when it came up like, she don't even know what she's talking about. It's funny how all these sexual things are happening at her house. When the baby come over to my house,
she's always with me.
She's never in the closet. She ain't never got no tablet. Ain't nobody ever naked all around the house. Like, that's just sick.
You know, good and damn well I ain't touch my baby.
Don't run up on me.
Damn, come on
Don't
now,
run up
man.
on me.
Come on.
Don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Ain't no, you ain't doing that. You know I ain't touch my baby.
Get your chicken check, man.
You
ain't
though.
You ain't. And I'll put you in it real quick. But I'll put you in it real quick.
When did you realize that you were being accused of this?
After a week after I had my second daughter.
With Jewel?
Yes, with Jewel.
Okay. And how did you find out?
CPS and a state police officer came to our front door.
And what did they tell you?
They separated us from the start. They told her that I couldn't get left with the 3 kids alone in the house. Right. They never told me physically that anything.
They didn't tell you, hey, did you touch your daughter? Did
I
you
had to
take
get
pictures
split from
of
her. They asked me that after I went and got investigated.
And when they asked you this, what was your thought?
My thought was out of this world, because why would you even think I'm doing something like that to my daughter?
I just want the truth. I want justice for my grandbaby. When my daughter, Kisriana, called me, I was at work, and she was hysterical, crying. I said, Kisriana, what's wrong? She said that my granddaughter had told her that her dad had been touching her, and he told her it was a secret and she couldn't tell nobody. It kind of blew me away. I couldn't imagine as a mother hearing your child say things like that. You know, he pays the price because this is just ruining his child's life. And I can't imagine a father doing that to his own child.
Now, do you believe that Quay is capable of doing, because we're not really sure,
we're not sure
what actually happened, whether it's pictures or touching. Do you think he's capable of either?
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
You wouldn't put it past him?
No.
And you're not saying just Quay.
No.
You're saying just because of, you know, it's my grandchild, I'm going to err on the side of caution.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you believe that your granddaughter was molested?
I do.
You do. Kishriana, you came here, took a lie detector test, and I'm guessing it's about fabrication.
Yep.
We asked you, did you fabricate the story that Quay molested your daughter? You answered no. Did you coach your daughter to say Quay molested her? You answered no. Did your daughter say, "Daddy, Daddy," after you found her taking inappropriate pictures on a tablet in the bathroom when you questioned her? You answered yes. On the ride home from the advocacy center, did your daughter tell you she changed her story so her daddy wouldn't get in trouble? You answered yes. The results came back all the same to each of those 4 questions, and it came back that Kishriana told the truth. Quay took a lie detector test.
For Steve.
And we asked him, did you ever touch your daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no, and the result for his lie detector test is he did not tell the truth.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. See, you came and got your ass. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I want to explain something.
Oh my God.
Explain your testing. Explain that. Yeah, explain something. Yeah. Because I'm not a molester. And that's on me. Yeah. I don't give a how many views you get. You're fake.
You need to go to jail too. You better hold your child.
Look at me. Look at me.
Oh my.
Don't play with me.
Oh my granny. I never touched.
You can believe this is fake.
don't.
I don't care.
It's
That's fine.
fake. I don't
That's
care.
fine. But what's real serious, you go home and you have to live your life as a mother with your kids.
By yourself.
And all I would say is this. I would be making sure that there really nothing is going on, because there is a
Trust me,
little
I'm
girl.
gonna make sure.
There
Trust
is
me,
a
that's-
there
that's
is
the
a
one I'm
little
gonna make
girl.
sure.
There's a little girl acting out in a sexual manner who are saying things about her father. I do believe that. You failed the test about your own daughter. We gave it to you
that could've
multiple
been-
times.
no, that-
You, sir, get the hell off my.
I don't have no reason why. I don't care about the baby. I don't care about their relationship. I left him.
So
still got
now
business.
you got some answers, okay?
Where my phone at?
Not the answers anybody wanted, but you got the answers. I hope that the police will reopen this investigation, and I hope you get justice for your little daughter. A woman comes up, screams at you, and says, I'm sleeping with your man.
I actually went to his workplace to bring him food or a drink or something like that, you know, just being the good girlfriend that I am. I had my 2-year-old son with me at the time. And
you have children with him?
Yes, we have 2 children. I have a daughter who is almost a year old. She'll be a year old September 19th next month. And I have my 2-year-old son just turned 2 in July. And I was carrying my son, and I was politely asking her to move, and she didn't move. So honestly, Steve, I shoulder checked her and called her an ugly bitch. Out of my way. Excuse me.
So, just to get this straight, you started the name calling.
I did. I moved her with my shoulder with my child, and she said, well, that's funny because I'm a man.
And when she said that, what did you think?
And I walked away. I just went to my car. I didn't even text Dylan about it or nothing. Because I knew if I brought it up to him, he'd lie about it anyways, so what's the point of it? He has a history of lying. I thought he really wanted to...
He has a history of lying?
Yeah.
What does he lie about?
He lies about everything. He lies about money. He lies about his friends. He lies about his location. He lies about everything.
Why are you with somebody who lies so much?
Because we have 2 kids together, and...
Why have babies with somebody who lies so much?
Okay, I understand that, and it was kind of all like a big, you know, it all happened so fast. We've been together for 5 years, and we...
1 kid happens really fast. 2, you know...
It was 3 months, Steve.
Yeah.
4 months after my pregnancy, you know, I got pregnant with my daughter, and we were staying with
After
a
you
family
gave birth,
member.
you got pregnant again?
Yeah,
Like
4 months
4 months later?
4 months later, I got pregnant with my daughter.
So when did you ask him about this woman?
Probably a couple days afterwards, because I was being super irritable with him. I didn't want to be around him. We were fighting all the time, and then like he was just asking me, he's like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you acting like this? And I brought it to his attention of everything, and he wanted to turn around and say that it's my fault. I caused problems for myself and my own relationship because I called her an ugly bitch, which may have been wrong of me. You're right.
Did you know this girl before?
No, never met her.
That was the first time?
Yeah, I've never met her in my life. I don't know her. I've barely seen her a couple times.
So he denied that he slept with this?
Yes. He denies everything, Steve.
Yeah. Now, you went to his phone, I guess, and you found a dating app?
Yeah, when we first got together, which was about 5 years ago, he was already on dating apps. He used them all the time, and when we were living together...
Is that how he met you?
No, we met on Facebook, actually, so no dating apps for me.
Which is like the biggest dating app in the world.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Worldwide. Yeah.
Okay. So you meet on Facebook, and what happened?
Yeah, we met on Facebook, and he was actually homeless at the time, so and so was I.
He's homeless, and he's on Facebook?
Yes. Yes.
So you were homeless too?
Yes, I lost my place when I was 16. I've been on my own since I was 16.
So it's been hard for you.
Yeah, I've had a really hard life, and I've given him the benefit of the doubt forever, and I just can't take anymore. I'm so tired, Steve. I am.
Yeah, so now, I mean, you kind of in a tough position here today because I assume he's here and he took a lie detector test if he's failed. The relationship...
I have to. Steve, it's what's best for our kids. We fight all the time about it. My son's 2, and he's so depressed, Steve. He sees his mom sad. I cry all the time when I'm all alone because I just want what's best for them, and it's so hard because I can't just up and leave with 2 kids. I can't afford child care. It's $1,300 a week to put my kids in daycare. I can't afford it, you know.
Has he stayed on the dating apps?
Not clearly that I'm aware of, but right after I had my son, we were staying with his family member, and I got onto it, and it was completely changed. When I found out he was on the dating app, I went in there and changed it really like men, so that no girls would talk to him. I know. But you know, his excuse was when I caught him on the dating app, and I swear he's going to come out here and swear to everybody he's never been on it. But when I first caught him on there, Steve, he said, I'm on there to talk to my guy friend because it's the only way I can communicate with him. Yeah, boo.
I got to give the guy credit. I've never heard that one before. Okay, what happens if he fails his lie detector test? Will you have the strength in you to say, I got these 2 kids, I got to take care of them, I deserve better?
Yeah, they can't see their mama happy anymore.
I feel like sad and depressed about it and mad. I just want to clear my name. I don't want Kenesha to think of me as a cheater or anything along those lines. It's really brought me down a lot. This girl started working at my pizza shop. I never even talked to her or anything. And one day, Kenesha walked into work and maybe, I don't know what happened. She like brushed her shoulder and they got into this big argument. The fight ended with the pizza shop girl saying that she slept with me, and it really, really, really twisted things in my life. When Kenesha came and told me that that girl told her that she slept with me, I was pissed off, I was mad because it wasn't true. I was never friends with the girl, I never even talked to her. We did work the same shifts, but I always stayed by myself. I always do. We're not friends on any social media. I'm not friends with any girls on social media at all. I had no idea what her motive was for telling Kenesha that, but obviously she was just mad at life or something. I'm pissed. I mean, I've been going through it for almost 6 months to a year now of hearing that I cheated on her and I didn't, and it's really, really brought my morale down as a man. I don't want my kids to grow up one day thinking their dad's a cheater and this and that. It's affected our relationship because we do fight a lot over it, and I just want to get along and make things right. She's a really good mom of our 2 kids. We have 1 boy, 1 girl, a good girlfriend, a good person, and I just want the best for her, and I just want my family back. Yeah, I want to marry her. I want to grow old with her. I want to do things right.
I have never cheated on you.
That's not the point. You have come to this point. Don't come at me, please.
Kenesha,
I'm mad.
I love you.
You just waited until the show this morning. Tell me you're touching on some girl's booty in Vegas.
Kenesha.
Are you serious?
Kenesha, I love you with my whole heart.
I
have
understand
never
that.
cheated on you. The pizza shop girl was all the porn. All of the past is not all true. You're not speaking all the truth here.
Of course
Why do you think you're in this predicament?
Steve, I have told lies, as she said. I haven't been the most trustworthy boyfriend.
Why do you tell her lies?
I'm immature. I'm sometimes scared of seeing what the truth brings out of stuff.
Yeah,
you
but we tell lies because we're doing something wrong, right?
Yeah.
But I've only really lied about watching porn and I haven't lied about.
I'm just curious.
And we have not had sex 3 times,
That's
and I have
a
not
lie.
gone
Don't
to watch
let him
porn.
lie. We
That
have
is
sex 3 times a day, all the
Do you
time
have
since we
sex 3
found out he
times a day or
was
no?
cheating.
We do, and we have in the past, but I haven't gone and watched porn after the 3rd time.
Yes, he has.
What about this girl that confronted her?
I never even talked to this chick. She worked on a separate side of the restaurant half the time that I was there, and she was really, really irrelevant.
Well,
and
that's funny, because I remember one night you came home and you were like, oh, I just yelled at her, so you've never had conversations with her?
Well, I mean,
That's
I think it's a
lie.
little different to sit there and have a conversation other than telling somebody to get out of your work area.
if you talk to somebody, you're talking to somebody.
So you
That's a
never slept with this girl?
No, Steve.
Have you ever cheated on Kenesha at all?
No, Steve.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, you're up first. We asked you, did you cheat on Kenesha in any way with the girl who shouted at her at the pizza shop? You answered no. While in a relationship with Kenesha, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? He answered no. The results came back the same to each of those 2 questions, and it came back that Dylan told the truth.
Let's go!
What did I tell you? Pretty good results, huh?
I'm so happy, Steve.
Kenesha, you came here and you thought it was only fair, so you said, hey, I'll take one too. And we asked you, while in a relationship with Dylan, have you had sexual intercourse with any man other than him? You answered no, and the result of your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth. The worst thing you can do is build a relationship on lies, right? And if you're living with a lie, like doing something like this, it's going to keep eating at you. And maybe that's part of the reason why you're not happy. So what I'm saying is Dylan seems like a pretty good guy, and he has a lot invested and he works very hard. Did you make a mistake?
Steve, no, I'm telling you, I might have went into the test. Say I told them and I talked to a couple guys.
Yeah, but talking is not intercourse.
I haven't had intercourse with anybody. I've been
Bro,
at
who did you
home.
sleep with?
I've been at home.
Here, Steve. Here, Steve. You can have that. I was gonna propose to you.
Come on.
Are you kidding
Dude,
me?
I swear to God.
Can you at least just be honest now and tell me who you slept
I
with?
haven't had sex with anybody. I came here to tell you that. I haven't had sex with anybody. I don't know how I failed. Is there a way I can retake it? I've seen the show a million times.
okay, first of all, we give you the test more than once, right?
I know that.
Yeah, so
Kenesha,
you failed multiple times.
we've been watching Steve since he started, dude. We know the lie detector tests aren't wrong. Please just be honest with me and we can get through this.
I don't even go anywhere. I stay at home all day, every day.
Well, it seems like you got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I didn't think it was gonna be that.
I'm a little shocked too. I didn't expect that.
After all the things she said out on stage before I came out, it's just like a little mind blowing.
I said, when you're home in a quiet moment, maybe she'll open up to you more.
Thanks,
Hope
Steve.
it works out for you.
Has something to do with my son's death. Either she killed him or she had someone to do it for her. My son died in Janelle's house. The coroners were there. I couldn't get in the house. Janelle, she was high as a kite. She didn't come up to me. She didn't hug me. Showed no remorse whatsoever. The autopsy report said that my son had 3.7 fentanyl, liquid fentanyl in his system, and alcohol is enough to kill 10 to 15 people. So I know it was not an accidental death. I know for a fact that Janelle had something to do with my son's death. She was controlling, she was jealous. Every time he left the house, she bleached his clothes, she threw bleach on him, she stabbed him. He had to have emergency surgery. Every time he tried to get away from her, she'll start a fight just so she can call the police and have him arrested. So I know this bitch is evil. I've seen pictures with stab wound. He had a stab wound behind his ear on his neck. And then she sliced him all the way around his neck. It looks like a choker.
I got the pictures of my brother with his neck cut up, but I actually did pick him up the day that she did stab him in his stomach when he had to get that major surgery. And he didn't want to have her arrested because he wanted her to be able to be out for the kids, so there was never a report of it. Actually, May 3rd, I texted my brother and I was like, bro, you got to get away from that girl because she's going to be the demise of you. It's not getting no better. And he said, I know. Because I miss him. And I don't want to be here.
The kind of person my son was, he was a beautiful person. He wanted family to be together. He wanted everybody to get along. He took care of his kids. He had all his nieces and nephews under one roof. He was about family. He was about love. He wasn't about drama. Yes, he had issues like everybody else did, but my son he just had a pure heart. Terry was getting his life together. He decided that he was gonna leave Janelle. He told my daughter Maneka, he had a feeling, he said, I think Janelle gonna do something to me. If anything happened to me, promise you're gonna take my daughters.
We talk every day. Every day. He the only one that understood me. I just want some answers. I need to know what happened to my brother, and I feel like this is the only way that I'm gonna find out.
Terry didn't mess with fentanyl at all. I mean, he did what he did, but he never messed with fentanyl at all. So I don't believe it's an accidental death. From 15 people through text messages and people offering out their phone numbers saying the detective could call them, Janelle told 15 people that she wanted Terry dead. I'm doing this for my son so he can rest in peace and that finally grieve. I need closure. I need to know what's going on, and I need to be able to put my son to rest because he deserved that.
Janelle, you robbed a family of their best friend, son, nephew, father. You took them away. And it's almost as if you don't even care. You're talking about let you grieve. My mom hasn't been able to grieve since he passed. I haven't been able to grieve since he passed. I don't wish bad on anybody, but if she fails this lie detector test, I hope she gets exactly what she deserves.
Janelle, that's your boyfriend's mom and sister on the tape. How do you feel that they believe that you killed him with fentanyl?
I'm so angry, Steve. This is crazy. And then, like, this video, like, everything they said, like, they flipping everything around. He don't mess with his sister. He would never tell his sister to get my kids. Them kids being under one roof, that's because of me. I take care of them kids, you know? Like, this is, it's too much. Like, I've been abused for 5 years now. It's not him running, it's me trying to get away. It's me trying to get away
from him.
Yes. I can't get away. Either something is he's coming through my windows, he's doing something. Like, he was a good person, but he was an abusive person, too. Anything that I did to Tyreek, it's some truth to that, but I did out of self-defense. I did not kill my kids dead. They was the love of my life. You know, that's my best friend. I did not kill this man. Fentanyl, I'm gonna go up to the drug man and say, let me get a three, whatever they said, points of fentanyl. Like, who, come on, like, I need.
Did you use fentanyl?
I never used no fentanyl.
I mean, just what I read in the paper, I'm hearing about policemen, they pat somebody down and they touch fentanyl and they go into overdose. Like, to me, it's such an unbelievably scary drug.
Yeah, this is, yes.
Did you and Terry did do drugs, though?
We did drugs together.
Yeah. What kind of drugs did you do?
We popped pills. I tried PCP. Just pills, PCP. I smoke my weed. He don't smoke weed, and we drink. I like to drink. That's what I do. I like to drink.
Now, they said that you hesitated to call for help when you found out Terry wasn't breathing.
I never hesitated to call for help. I needed to find a phone. He had called me like a phone that night. The night that she said she was with us, he had called her phone because my phone was left in her car. She acted like she didn't have my phone. So when the people came to tell me to get my kids out the house, they brought my phone around the corner. By then, his whole family was already in front of my door mistreating me. You know, so, no, I called 911. I did CPR. I did what I had to do to save his life. They worried about me not calling them and stuff, but it's either I call y'all or I call and get him some help.
The two of you were living together?
Yeah.
On and off?
On and off.
What kind of problems did the two of you have prior to him dying?
A lot of problems. Prior to him dying, we didn't have any problems, honestly. But throughout the years, it was a lot of domestic. It was a toxic relationship.
Well, how did you know that he had overdosed, or when did you notice that he needed medical treatment?
When my kids was in the back room playing something, said like he never, like if he back there asleep, like he always said like go in the living room or go in a different room. Like when he was just letting them play, I'm like something not right. So I got up and I checked on him. When I went back there, he was face down on the bed, this arm under his body, and his face was, this part of his lip was just like this or whatever. Like I tried to roll him over, he was too heavy. I screamed for one of my kids. They came back there. That drew the attention of all the kids or whatever. And she's like, Mom, he not breathing. We found the phone. I don't know who phone I called her, because like I said, Maneka had my phone in her car. So we found the phone. I called 911.
Did anybody do CPR?
I did CPR. The 911 walked me through the CPR.
Oh, bitch, so we lying now?
Yeah,
we lying now? We lying now? We lying now? We lying now when police called CPS and tried to take your kids?
Yeah,
who took the kids that wasn't even mine?
Y'all called them. You called them. You called them.
Oh, please let me get...
No.
Oh, she doing all that, girl.
What
You saved me before this show. You saved me before this show, and you ain't do nothing. Stop it.
Stop. Please let us go.
So,
I ain't got time. Okay. Please let us go.
She ain't do none of this the other day. She ain't do none of this.
Why do you believe, because she did have children with him, she says that he was the love of her life. Why do you think she killed your brother?
I didn't initially think she killed my brother, Steve.
Yes, she did, Steve.
I thought she had a delayed reaction because when her and my brother got a child together, her youngest daughter got third-degree burns from her all the way up here down to her foot. She was scared that the police were going to take her kids, so she didn't call the police or the ambulance for hours. Ask her, did that happen?
Is that true?
This not true. My family is my witness. did was
sorry, I
call
can't say her
police.
name.
I had my
My
own
niece
car.
don't have
My
third-degree
sister
burns?
drove me to the hospital with me and my baby in my car. She took the rest
They
of my
called the
kids.
police, called
They
CPS
lying.
on her for that,
They don't know
too.
nothing. They lie about everything. This is what they do.
That's how you know she didn't actually do mouth to mouth. Because if you call the police, they're not going to advise you to do mouth to mouth with anybody that had a drug overdose because you can touch fentanyl and it could kill you. So she did not even do CPR.
That's actually a good point.
Although it's the fact that a lot of people knew about that it was fentanyl before the autopsy report even came back.
Okay.
And then she didn't tell you about her boyfriend. Yeah, she has a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and then when they said that she had a boyfriend prior to my brother passing away, because I'm like, yo, I'm like, if you're grieving so bad, how you got a boyfriend so quick?
Oh,
And
she got a boyfriend after your brother died.
No, let me tell you. I was like, how you get a boyfriend so quick if you're grieving? He was like, they was like, I've been had a boyfriend. Oh, you did? I had a boyfriend before your brother died. Okay.
Where is she at? I want to see her come at me like she came at you.
She tried to come at me. She lucky that tall ass security guard was right there. She got the short one. Okay.
You believe that she killed your son.
I do. In my heart, I believe she killed my
What
son.
and what? Why would she want to kill your son?
Controlling, jealousy. She's always after him. Like, he tried to get away from her. She follows him up the street with a stick, you know, with any type of weapon. She done stab her quite naturally. After everything she done did to my son, I do not like her. I would never like her.
I understand that, but it seems like everything they went through, it was a drug-fueled romance for sure. Sounds like there probably was abuse on both parts.
And it was.
Yeah.
And he was always running to my house.
But what I'm saying is, you know, I could be wrong, but it doesn't sound like she wanted him dead.
Yes, she did.
She did. Do you think Janelle's a good mother?
I don't know about that because I don't be around Janelle, but I know those kids got hurt, and every time she's high, she's not a good mother.
Do you get to spend time with them?
No, I did when my son was alive. And the last time I seen those babies is when they came to the funeral and they ran up to me and said, Grandma, I love you. And I just told them, no matter what's going on, just know Grandma always love you. Fight me! No,
Listen.
no,
You
get
can't
off me.
fight with that
Fight
girl.
me. No, get off me.
Listen.
Get off me.
You got
me.
a job.
Go ahead. Bitch, you do more drugs than you was a recovering crack addict. You do coke, talking about you don't do nothing. You smoke PCP good. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
We're not going to let you fight. Okay.
This is the first time, Steve, I seen her since they brought my son out of her house. She didn't come to me. She didn't say, oh, I'm so sorry about your son. She had no remorse. She let those kids stand out in the street and cry and scream because they seen their father taken out of the house. Who does that? She was so high, she couldn't do nothing.
Why you keep screaming I was high,
And when they
Lisa?
said,
Why
because
you
you
screaming
was.
No, I was not
You
high.
was. I'm not talking to you. Shut
Girl,
shut up. Talking
Make
to
me
you.
shut I'm not talking.
Get out from me.
I'm leaving her backstage because I just don't want all the fighting. So Janelle did come here and took a lie detector test.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked her, on that day, did you delay calling 911? She answered no. On that day, did you give Terry the fentanyl? She answered no. The results came back the same to each of those two questions, and it came back that Janelle
Told the truth.
did not tell the truth.
I knew it! I knew it!
And listen, you lost him. Terry's gone. Nothing's going to bring him back. Were you high that day?
I was not high that
No
day.
drugs at all?
I
Nothing.
had smoked my weed and drank my drink.
Okay,
Terry
but
wasn't
you
even
so
with me.
you could have been intoxicated.
I was intoxicated.
Okay. Do you think that could affect your judgment when you called 911?
No, it didn't. The only thing that stopped me from really calling 911 in the beginning is I did not have my phone, and Nneka had my phone. Right. She had my phone.
But okay, so, you know, delay, not delay, to me, that's not even the biggest issue, is you failed for you giving the fentanyl.
I put this on my kids. I didn't get that man no fentanyl. I didn't even leave my house. My kids was in there. I don't buy drugs, Steve. I can take that test again. I never...
Okay, maybe you didn't buy it, but did you...
I never gave him anything. I never bought anything and said, here, Terry, take this. I never did that. Yeah. He come in with drugs. He go to people. He tell me... You know
the mother is pretty adamant that you were telling people that you wanted Terry dead.
I told Terry, if you hit me one more time, I am going to kill you. Me and Terry was on good terms.
Obviously, those are shocking results. I certainly didn't expect them that way.
I did. The crocodile tears probably threw you off. That's what it does to everybody, but we know her.
Never did it to
I mean, I think I err on the side of I don't think most people want to kill somebody else, you know. But obviously, you know, failing that test like she did with those 2 questions, I would certainly go back to whatever police department did that investigation. But I hope that you go back home and the police get involved again and that you get some kind of closure or justice for what happened to your son. Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
So growing up from like the age of 4, my dad would sexually assault me and my mom would physically, emotionally, and verbally abuse me. And by the time I was in my teenage years, I was taken into child services and placed with a foster family.
So child services stepped in and placed it. And why did they do that?
Because my mom had attacked a relative, a sibling, and I intervened and tried to pull her off of my sibling, and she assaulted me as well. So she went for my assault and my siblings.
So she punched you in the face?
Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
I was 15.
15. What is this about your dad would lock your siblings in the room to molest you?
Every Saturday. It was a thing for like 10 years. My mom would go with her friends and play cards, and my dad would be left to watch me and my siblings. And he would just make up an excuse as to why my siblings got in trouble. And he would lock them in the rooms as punishment and then take me into the bathroom and sexually assault me there.
And how old, what years did this happen?
Like 4 to 8.
For 4 years this went on.
I remember having a nightmare, and like I'm 5, so I went to my parents' room and tried to climb in their bed. And my dad had a mark on his neck. I'm like, what's that? And my mom's like, oh, that's a hickey. And like she showed me how to do it. She did it herself on the side and gave him another one. And then she told me to give him one on the other side and told me to suck harder so there's a bigger mark.
I hear there's a story about your mom and dad would play a game of ripping off your clothes.
So, like, at any moment, like it's random, they would just grab me and start undressing me, and they wouldn't stop until I was completely nude, like, and it's usually like in like the living room. And I'd be screaming, I'd be crying, I'm like, stop, and they just wouldn't stop until I was completely naked. And when they were done, I just grab my clothes and go to my room, get dressed, and cry. When I would be walking by and he would randomly like grope my chest and rub on my chest and tell me he was doing it so that my breast would grow big, and then he would touch me between my legs. And he said that he's not going to touch me between my legs too much because he doesn't want that getting too big.
Do you know why it stopped at the age of 8?
I think it's because I'm getting older and like I have more of a voice.
So he was more concerned that you might
that I would tell somebody. Like growing up, I heard different stories about other relatives that had similar stories with my dad. So I reached out to all of the other victims, and I was trying to build a case. That's me reaching out to my cousin, and basically we're swapping stories about what he's done to us, and we're trying to, you know, get justice for my niece, for me, for them.
Fred is my husband. We've been married for almost 26 years. He's my best friend. I did get with Fred when I was 13 and he was 27, but we did not start having sex until I was 17. Well, I love him so much because he's a great man. He takes care of me. He took care of our kids. It's been a great marriage, except for all these fake allegations against him.
No, I never molested Haley. I don't know why she's saying it, but it makes me really angry and hurt. She was my favorite kid and my first daughter. I have no idea why she's doing this.
When she first came out and said she was molested, I tried to get answers out of her about it, and she would not give me any.
Haley's saying that when my wife used to go next door to play cards, that I would lock the other kids in the room and take her in the bathroom and molest her, which never happened.
The story with me making her give her own father a hickey is ridiculous. I do not believe Haley's lies, and it's not the first time she's making things up.
Haley was a teenager. She told CPS when they asked her if I ever touched her or anything, she told them no.
When she was younger, we got in trouble with CPS. She had told them that I punched her in the nose when in fact she punched herself in the nose to get me arrested for it. She is a violent person. She tried to choke me once and I ended up getting charged with battery.
Another family member accused me of the molest, and Haley told him that it was not true, that nothing like that ever happened.
Fred was accused of molesting before, and when they asked Haley about it, she denied all of it and said it never happened.
Haley came up with these fake accusations because recently my granddaughter accused me of the same thing.
And now there's this new allegation from my grandchild saying that Fred grabbed her butt. That never happened. I was there.
What my granddaughter said was actually that I grabbed her butt and I kissed her and told her that I wanted to have sex with her, which is totally a lie. The same child that's accusing me 3 years ago started doing striptease in front of me, and I yelled at her and I told her parents and my wife as well.
I seen texts on her phone where she was trying to get family members to gang up against Fred about these false accusations, and when I saw them, I was upset, I was hurt, angry. None of them were true, so I don't know where they're coming from. We did kick her out the night I found these texts. It's affected us a little bit. The family's putting us through hell and it hurts. I just can't do it no more. Going back and forth with my kids and all the lies, I can't handle it no more.
If she thinks I'm such a monster, I don't know why for the last 7 years she came living with me as a grown woman.
Me and Fred are suffering. We've always been there for our kids, supported them, gave them a place when they needed it.
They're just making this stuff up. They're all lying about it. I still love her, but I can't have her in my life no longer because it's the second time that something like this happened.
I feel like me and Frederick are the real victims here.
And I don't know why she's making these accusations.
After all these lies came out, I want nothing more to do with Haley.
After today, I need Haley just to leave me the hell alone and stay out of my life.
When you hear your mother say they're the victims, what goes through your mind?
She never had to be the victim. She lost all her kids, so she is childless because of her own actions.
You know, a couple things I want to get to. You feel like you're the victim, Natasha, that you and Frederick are the victims in this story.
We are. Because it's not the first time Haley has made up lies to get either one of us in trouble. The whole thing with CPS, she punched herself.
You
in
punched
the nose.
me in my nose.
You
I
punched
came up
yourself
behind
in
you.
the
You
nose.
weren't there. You were not there.
So she punched herself in the face.
She punched herself in the nose, and there was two witnesses that seen
You
it.
seen that? You seen it? You seen me punch myself?
I seen it.
You seen me?
You came downstairs with bloody nose. No one hit you until then.
Now, the one thing I do have to ask you, it's not even on what I'm supposed to ask you, but I got to ask you, you were 14 years old and he was 27. You started dating?
I was 13, yeah.
And you
And
said...
26 years later, we're still married.
I don't care about that.
I do.
Well, I'm sure you do, but...
Well, I'm sure you don't.
I don't.
Okay.
So, okay, we agreed to disagree. Okay?
Okay.
So you're a 27-year-old grown man, and you meet
Yeah.
a 13-year-old girl, little girl.
Nope.
Yeah. No?
I
You
know.
didn't?
No.
No, he's known me all my life.
I know her all
Okay,
life.
so
So I didn't meet her.
the 13-year-old girl, so would you say that you started dating when she was 13?
Yeah.
Okay. You start, as a 27-year-old grown man, you start dating a 13-year-old girl. You didn't
Yeah.
see any problem with this.
Not really.
Did anybody in your circle of friends or family say, what are you doing? When I was 27 years old, I was a policeman. What the hell would I have in common with a 13-year-old girl? You're just confused, right?
Man, I wish I could have made it to the show, Steve. I could have took your dumbass lie detector test and showed you.
I offered a private one. I offered to pay for a private one. Where was the response? Say yes to the lie detector test.
Well, I'll
The
say
police
this.
offered.
I don't know if we can do this. I really don't. And we'll find out after the show. And if we can, we can. If we can't. I've never done this before. But maybe I need to come to you with my lie detector test and
Ooh.
give you the test.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
And Natasha, I would love to give you a lie detector test and ask you about what your sexual relationship with Frederick from the age of 13 to
That's
17.
fine, because I never had sex with him until I was 17.
I would love to do that. What did your daughter, how did you discover that your daughter was molested by Frederick?
My daughter went outside to the car after it happened that same day. She texted me to tell me exactly what had happened because we have always discussed that that's what you do in that situation.
And what did she say to you?
She told me that Fred pulled her out into the hallway away from all the other kids. He touched her butt, he tried to kiss her, and told her that he wanted to have sex with her.
Nicole, there's not an open investigation into this right now?
Oh, no, there's an open investigation.
Oh, there is an open investigation.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You and your
Nicole?
sick mind.
No,
Nicole?
just you.
I understand that your daughter is going in for a forensic interview tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully the police will be able to get some evidence from that and hopefully bring some charges against Frederick. So Haley came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked her, did Frederick sexually abuse you as a child? She answered yes. Did Natasha show you how to give Frederick a hickey as a child? She answered yes. Are you fabricating the molestation? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Haley told the truth.
I told you and you didn't believe me. When I was little, you said if anybody ever touched me, I could tell you. And that you would always believe me no matter what.
You never came to me at all. And when I asked you if this stuff ever happened, you could not give me any answer.
But she passed for you showing her how to give this creep a hickey.
That one I don't know, because I did not.
You don't know?
I don't know.
She don't know how she passed.
I don't get it. As being a father myself, okay? I think one of the sickest thoughts a father could have is being sexually attracted to his own daughter, his own grandchild,
And it never happened.
niece. What the hell?
Yes,
I don't understand how a 27-year-old man could be attracted to a child. But that's me. I know there's in the world, and you're sitting one next to one. And I'm sorry, Natasha, you're just as bad. You are with a child molester, a guy that's attracted to children because he was attracted to you as a child. So you know that as fact. He is attracted to children. And he stepped over the line. He molested your own daughter. He molested Nicole's daughter. And I'll tell you, I hope that they put you away, Frederick, because when
Well,
you
why don't
go
you give me a
away,
pass?
when you go in that prison cell, I'm going to come and visit you. That's my promise. You are two of the sickest people I've ever met. And with that,
If anything
get
happened,
these
she didn't know
people
nothing about
off my show. I always say this. Life is the roll of dice who we get for parents, right? You don't get to pick your parents. You got two that just, it's unbelievable. Like some of the worst parents you could ever have. He's abusing you and she's allowing it. And she might have been a victim herself at one time. She was a 13-year-old girl with a 27-year-old man. It was very brave of you. I'm glad you came because that guy had to be stopped, and hopefully you're the woman that puts an end to it. Good luck to you. Dark room, and your girl is in there with another man.
Yeah, Steve. We were at a friend's house babysitting, and I had to leave to go pick up some things. Well, the trip should have took like an hour and a half, but it ended up taking, I had this gut feeling is why I turned around. It ended up taking like 45 minutes. I walk in and she's in the dark room laying down on her stomach with her ass up in some booty shorts, has a pillow under her, and I see the guy right here, right next to her, about a couple feet away. He's on his phone, you know what I'm saying? He's not looking at me. I walk in, I'm just looking at her, I look at him, and I'm like, you cheated on me, didn't you? She said, no, no. Started shaking her head, no, no. I'm like, yeah, you did. And she just kept denying it, deny. And you know what I'm saying? I've been with her 12 years. I really didn't want to believe it at the time.
She had her clothes on, right?
I mean, yeah, but you got booty shorts. You can easily just slip them to the side. And the pillow, that's another thing, because we always use a pillow.
You use a pillow for sex?
Yes. Like she was laying down, no, she was laying down, she had her knee propped up, and I seen like her ass cheeks, and I told her, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if she wears booty shorts, but you're not gonna have your ass cheeks hanging out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, is Nikki the type of girl that would do this to you?
I mean, the way she acts, like what she tells me, no, but the way she acts is different.
How does she act?
Like, you know what I'm saying? She's always trying to point her ass at somebody, or, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get attention. You know how girls do. They'll cross their legs or something, trying to make their ass look fatter.
Yeah, I don't know.
You never had a girl just cross her legs and just, like, point her ass at you?
No.
What? Come on, Steve.
I don't, show me what you're talking about.
That's right. Something like that.
Any women out here do this?
That's bull. They're
Not one?
Nikki don't admit it either.
One
Nikki don't admit it either. Ain't none of them gonna admit it.
You cross your legs and you point your butt out? A little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, then you had a dream, right?
Yes.
You had a dream?
I had a dream about 3 months before the incident.
That she was going to cheat on you?
Yeah. And the dream really didn't make sense. I couldn't really put it together because it ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I was like, I had a dream you cheated on me. And she was like, oh, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. It's just a dream. Don't worry about it, it's a dream. 3 months later, you know, I walk in on her in a dark room with a dude. So.
Did you ever ask him if anything happened?
No, actually, I had him work for me for like about a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying?
You had him work for you after she was doing
after the incident, yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Because I wanted to kind of see, like, get the feel of how they would act around an environment and see if I can get him to say something or if he'd slip up or...
Did he?
No, not really. Well, there was this one thing he said. He was like, I snapped on that bitch. I was like, who? He pointed in the house, and the only one in the house was Nikki. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And he was like, snapped on her about cleaning up the mess. And I'm like, okay. And he said he kicked a crib and walked out. And then my dream, I seen that too. After I caught her and we came outside and we were talking, she went back in. I stayed outside. And that's when, in my dream, she was cleaning up the mess, and she was like, "Oh, you can't clean up
What's
your mess."
the mess?
I get the condom wrappers.
Oh.
Yeah.
You already paid for a private lie detector test, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And did she pass it?
Supposedly, yeah.
What do you mean supposedly?
It was only 2 questions, okay?
Did you cheat?
Yeah. Did you cheat? And then, more specific, use the guy's name. Did you cheat with this guy?
Right. And she passed.
All right, she passed. She never cheated on me. She passed that, but she was a little nervous on the, did she cheat on me with this guy? He said she was nervous, but she passed. But as he was telling me, he was giving me this long, awkward handshake. Look at me in my eyes. Yeah, yeah. He said, enjoy your family. This long, he's like, go enjoy your family. And he had tears under his eyes. And yeah. So I'm thinking he just lied trying to save a family.
I want to ask you a question. And I want you to be 100% honest.
Yes.
How many drugs do you do?
I've been with him since I was 16. 12 years, 2 kids, just a beautiful family that really needs to strengthen up and get right back on the right track again. So a few months ago, I was at a friend's house babysitting. I had 7 kids, 2 twins I just put down for a nap, 3 teenagers in their bed, pretty much asleep or on their games. Daniel took the rest of the younger children and went to my house. When he came back, he was upset because a friend that was staying with the friend that I was watching, a house guest, who came in. He was in the kitchen for a good minute, honestly, before he even came towards the living room. Finally, he comes in with a plate of food. He sits down in the available chairs that's literally available, way over there, good 10 feet apart. He's like chill, watching the same thing I'm watching, and then he starts talking to me a little bit. Daniel comes in upset because this man's in the room with me. It's dark, it's quiet, and he thought it was suspicious. Daniel swears up and down that I had sex with this man, and he really does believe it, 100%. We've been fighting. He did smack me. It breaks my heart. Like, you're hitting your woman for your own messed up thoughts. It was nerve-wracking. It was scary. It's something that a woman would never want in their relationship. The fact that he wants to raise his hands at me over nothing, it's not right. It's nothing you should do to your woman. Even if your woman has done something and you do know that, it's still not right for you to hit your woman. I get called names a lot. I get called, you nasty slut, you whore. I get called a bitch a lot, quite often actually. You dumb, dirty bitch. Oh, it's horrible. It's disgusting. It makes me feel low. It makes you feel weak, unloved by your man. It's honestly horrible. I can't even believe he thinks those things about me, honestly. It's just not right. Especially how much I love him, how much I'm down for him. I'm like his ride or die. I'll always be there for him. Like, after all the name calling, I'm still there. The hit, I'm still there. I deserve better, honestly. Me and my kids deserve better. So today I'm here to prove myself, my innocence, clear my name. When the proof comes in that I've been honest and 100% legit to him this whole 12 years, I'd like him to straighten up and love me and the children better. Be there more for me and the children. And don't you ever put your hands on your woman again. I love you way too much for this.
So you didn't mention the fact that you slapped her.
Yep.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I slapped her.
You don't see that as a problem?
I know it's a problem. Yeah.
Why'd you do it?
Steve, it's just, I just get so angry. Like, she wouldn't talk to me. She does not talk to me. She doesn't, like, I try to ask her, like, what was
So what, when you hit her, what were you trying to accomplish?
Nothing. Steve.
You got 2 kids with her, right?
Yeah.
What do you got? Little boy, little girl?
Boy and girl.
Okay. Imagine a little girl growing up someday and some guy smacking her.
No, and I know it's not right, and I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
You know, I'm sorry. If you're doing that, if you do that, you're a piece of
You know damn well I love you. I am tired of going through all this here. We We have been through everything. 2 kids, 12 years. I've been there for everything. I've tried to get the proof. I tried to get the video for when I was laying on the couch. I've tried to get that lie detector test. I've done everything, and here I am calling the show for you again.
And it seems like he's a child. He doesn't act like a man, he acts like a child.
Yes.
Why are you dating a child for 12 years?
Honestly, he used to not be like this. He used to be pretty good.
Yeah, right, but people change.
Yes, especially with this going on, it has drastically changed.
How do you put up with a guy who says he loves you, that has children with you, you're the mother of his children, and he goes, whap!
Honestly, because he doesn't really normally do that type of thing, and I figured
Yeah,
if
but
I
once,
showed my
man,
proof,
come on.
you're right,
Once
you
in
are
12
right.
years.
You are right.
Once in 12 years, that's good?
No, you're
No,
acting like...
hitting your woman, never. You're lucky that I even seen it coming and that I barely missed it. I've been there through
Why do you
everything.
think he is so insecure thinking that you're sleeping with other men?
I kind of wonder if he's cheating. I really don't know, but I really am starting to assume it.
I'm proud to say I've been loyal to this girl for 12 years.
And I hope you
And
were right.
That's something nobody's going to take away from me.
All right, Nikki, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, while in a relationship with Daniel, did you cheat in any way with the man Daniel suspects? You answered no. You told the truth. Regarding the man Daniel suspects, did you cheat in any way with him while in a relationship with Daniel? You answered no. You told the truth. On the night in question, did you have physical, sexual contact with that house guest? You answered no. You told the truth. On the night in question, did you have sexual intercourse with that house guest? You answered no. You told the truth. While in a relationship with Daniel, other than Daniel, have you had sexual, physical contact with any other man? You answered no. You told the truth. While in a relationship with Daniel, other than Daniel, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? You answered no. You told the truth. Well, Daniel came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked him, while in a relationship with Nikki, other than Nikki, have you had physical sexual contact with any other woman? He answered no. While in a relationship with Nikki, other than Nikki, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? He answered no. The results came back the same, and it came back that Daniel did not tell the truth.
Another test, Steve. I want to take another test.
So who is she? Is she?
Nobody,
Quit
baby.
lying.
Oh, my God. Steve, I've been honest and faithful to this girl for 12 years.
You've not been honest.
I have been
You've
honest.
not been faithful.
Okay, so when I go back home, I can
You've
prove
not
it to
even
you?
been
So who did you physically?
You want to make a bet? You want to make a bet?
Let me
Stop beefing with him. It's you and me.
Baby, I didn't see
Quit
you.
calling me baby.
I want another test.
I don't want to believe it.
I want another test, Steve. Please, let me get another test. Please.
He's obviously not going to be honest with you right here, but, you know, he's been abusive. He's not faithful to you. He puts you through a bunch of emotional trauma by constantly accusing you of cheating because he feels guilty about what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going home to my 2 kids.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Steve.
You can get the hell off my stage.